Hey, everybody. All right. Yeah.
That was right. They got it right.
Nope, we're not going to do that again. We're good.
Well,
There's a different energy at our LA shows, Dave.
yeah.
You ever notice that when we go on the road and people go apeshit?
Yeah.
And then in LA, they just shout a different name and then clam up right away. You ever notice that?
Yeah. You guys are a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you meant?
I mean, now that you bottom-lined it, it feels like a bad start. A bad way to open.
I want to congratulate all the old people. They got their candidate, and now they're going to die in a pandemic.
What a legacy, though. What a
So-
legacy to leave us that guy.
You get your last vote, and then
Yeah.
off you go to fucking Deadland.
But still, it's nice that we get to, like, our nominee is now going to be the guy in Scrooged who talks to Bill Murray
Yeah.
right before he realizes that he's about to go be visited by three ghosts.
I mean, we're
Present-day Marley.
2 months away from him like bumping into a guy in a factory floor and biting the guy's tongue out.
Vote for someone else, Jack! As he's just eating the tongue of a factory worker. Joe! And there's always the same woman behind him who's like, all right, leave him alone.
Yeah,
leave him
no,
alone.
okay,
She's
stop,
always like,
that's
Jesus
enough.
Christ, he's talking to someone
That's
again.
enough. Joe, don't talk to anybody.
Vote for someone else. Joe, that's a window. Vote for someone else. I see right through you, dickhead. Corn popping, I see right through you. The year's 1941. I'm the quarterback of the Houston Whoopsies.
It's amazing how many people are about to find out that he's brain dead. It's going to be, what did I vote for? Oh, yeah, MSNBC didn't show you that. That's weird.
Yeah. A thriller extra.
Anyhow.
Oh, we like to laugh. Isn't it easy? Isn't it fun to laugh? Isn't it just good to have a larf?
Which country do you want to move to?
Huh?
Ireland?
No. America, baby. I just want to move further into it. Just want to find a way to get deeper in
Deeper
America.
into this bad boy.
Somehow, yeah, get in the fryer of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dig deep.
Whirl away.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, my friend was going to come tonight, but he got coronavirus.
Anyway,
So,
you're welcome.
yeah, I called him up. I was like, I got you on the list. Oh, no, he's in bed. He has coronavirus. Anyway, things are good. Got 2 boxes of water.
You're going to need a lot more than that.
You're listening to The Dollop. This is a bilingual American history podcast where each week I, Dave Anthony, read a story from American history in Czechoslovakian to my friend.
Gareth Reynolds, who has no idea what's going on or what the topic is going to be about. It's interesting. That's right.
Did I not tell you this one's in Czechoslovakian?
No, but I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out.
Okay. I thought there would be more. I can hear your rappers.
It's just like being on Spotify.
What kind of candy you got? M&M's? Oh, that's fucking good. M&M's are good. What happened over here?
That'll end tonight's crowd work by Dave.
What?
Pretty good. It's like a pervy old Gran Torino. I can hear your candy. I can smell your candy too. Yeah.
What kind of candy do you got?
What kind of candy is it? Rub it up against the window. No, I'm just knitting under the blanket. No. I'm a lonely old so-and-so.
I mean,
I was the Democratic nominee in 2020.
they're so going to replace that old fuck after the convention. Seriously, Joe Biden's going to the convention, then they're going to be like, okay, thanks, Joe. Whoa! And they can just tell him he's president. He'll have no fucking idea.
Totally.
You could just build a set and put him in there, and he would just think
You
he's
don't even.
president.
Yeah, you don't even need to build a set. I mean, you just 4 walls and a dream. Where's my cabinet? That's your cabinet right there with all the plates in it. Oh. Well, I wanted to talk about war policy. Shut the door. Shut the door.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest. He's hilarious. He has a... Is it Netflix?
He has... I mean, he
Is
has
it Netflix special? Is it a Netflix
His new
special?
one?
Yeah.
I don't know. He can tell us when he gets
Yep,
there.
he's got a new special coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. Gotta be Netflix. There we go. There we go. It's gotta be Netflix.
Known as The Machine. Or Machina.
Oh, yeah.
New special Netflix?
New special. God damn it, I'm already
You'll get it. You'll get
There he
it. One more
goes.
time
There
from
he
the
goes.
top.
New special on Netflix, airing St. Patty's Day, streaming St. Patty's Day, called Hey Big Boy. Check it out. Very proud of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It seemed like you were going to say more.
I felt like I was going to say more. And then I was like, what? I was like, what are you going to just do the special?
Yeah.
If you want.
I had one joke on there that
Bert.
I had one joke that I wrote like fucking a year ago, like 18 months ago. I've been doing, and then now with the coronavirus, it got memed, and I'm fucking pissed. I released it on
really?
Instagram. Yeah. Joke was, by the way, I know that this isn't gonna get a huge laugh in this room. But
or
okay, dumb down. Bite your tongue and dumb down for a second. My wife won't fuck me if I'm sick, and I was like, I fuck her definitely if she's sick. She was like, well, I don't want to get you sick. I was like, we'll practice safe sex. And she's like, you're going to wear a condom? I was like, no. Doggy style, so you cough into the wall. You got a cold, woman, not AIDS? Anyway, spin it around, Doc Holliday. Now, and then, obviously, with the coronavirus being so popular, that joke comes out right when the coronavirus hits, and then it gets fucking memed. Now I'm like, I got to, like, defend it.
It's great medical advice, though.
it is good
Yes,
medical
yeah.
advice.
There's no better feeling than a woman coughing during sex. Am I right, boys?
Well, now it's taking a turn. Surely, yeah. No, there's definitely a change.
They didn't meme that part.
No.
Ooh, bear down, cowgirl.
You must be. You seem like a really romantic husband.
Dude, I've already planned out my Instagram strategy if I get coronavirus.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Go to an Airbnb up in the woods, right? Hey, it's Bert, day 2. With the
Oh my
coronavirus.
God.
It's going to be like I Am Legend, just me in front of a computer in a lab coat. I've been running a lot of tests on myself. Turns out whiskey is not helping.
How far away is he? He's in Big Bear. He's about a 90-minute drive. He's not far at all. He's in Big Bear right now.
All right.
All right.
God damn it.
I texted
St.
Steve-O
Patty's
from
Day.
Jackass. I was like, how do you not have coronavirus yet? You're stepping down your game, son.
That's true.
Okay. February 17th, 1873.
Ooh.
William Edward Riker was born in Oakdale, California, into a family of 6.
Can we just call him Riker?
I was going to call him William, but I guess.
Riker, way cooler.
Riker.
All right.
All right. So when was Riker born?
Very little is known about his family and childhood. He dropped out of school by the 4th grade,
Wow.
and his father died when he was 17.
Sure. Wow, that's
What
pretty
a
long.
fucking confident 4th grader. I'm done. I don't want to learn cursive. I'm out.
There's so much more. I got the gist of it. Feel pretty good.
This shit's pretty easy. I'm ready for college.
I'm a white man. This world's made for me. Let's do it.
See you later, teacher. I'm in charge now. Oh my God.
Sitting on an apple box on a car, just driving down the street.
What the hell? He built a car?
Oh yeah, they don't have cars yet.
No. He invented a car in this scenario for sure. That's right, everybody. It's me, Riker. I'm in the 4th grade. I invented automobiles.
This is gonna show how stupid I am with history. He's on his cell phone.
I'll fax you later. I'll send you a fax, Tommy. All right. Bye-bye. Riker out. What's the Wi-Fi?
So 2 years after his dad died, Riker's mother remarried, and they moved to San Francisco. He worked different jobs. His main income came from selling miscellaneous goods on the street.
Sure.
It's just like
Classic
he just
Riker.
sold shit on the street.
Right.
Shoelace.
Yeah.
Shoelace for sale.
Who needs a string?
Come on, guys. I got a bunch of string I'm trying to move.
Those are shoelaces.
Nuh-uh. Damn it. Look. Get out of here. You're bad for business, guy.
While there, Riker became interested in spiritualism and soon, quote, started preaching his divine message on the street corners and in assembly halls everywhere and anywhere that people would listen.
Here we go. And we're off. There it is.
By
That's
the way,
it.
I
The
thought this
seed
was
to
going to be
water.
so much better when you said spiritualism. I thought you were going to say spearfishing. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to like this story. And it took a turn for the worse.
Spearfishing.
Hey, you can do a lot more damage with religion. Don't worry, Bert.
Yeah, the spearfishing story, the guy just goes to an island and spearfishes, and that's the end.
we should do one for where we do a choose your own adventure, though.
Oh, my God.
Do you want this guy to be religious or a spearfisher? I'd like him to be a spearfisherman if that's all right with everybody.
So Riker was very good looking and intensely magnetic, which attracted crowds, especially young women.
Okay.
He preached his message up and down the west coast of California, but traveling was expensive and preaching didn't cover the cost.
Here we go.
So William started charging for palm readings.
There it is. There it is.
And then he moved on to mind reading and called himself Professor Riker.
By the way, a lot of palm readers are doing that in the Corona day and age now. They're moving from palm to mind. That's the move. You're just like, why'd you cross out palm? I do mind now. Sit down.
Put your hand in your pocket.
There we go.
Professor Riker caught on, and he went on a national mind reading tour.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
He became a very well-known carnival attraction.
Right.
I know what you guys are thinking up here. Who picked that shirt out, right? And they're like, that's exactly what I was thinking. I know what you're thinking. This looks like Barney Rubble. Fuck da-da-da.
Bunny Rubble, fuck Don Ho, am I right?
Sir, what do you do for a living? Just kidding. I already know. Doctor, right?
No.
Get him out of here.
So when he was in Colorado Springs, he met and married a woman named Maureen. A few years later, he met a woman named Bessie Zeddy, and they married.
Sorry. For those of us keeping track of the wives,
Yeah.
I think there's two.
Yes. Yeah.
And there was not an in-between
Well, if you
annulment
meet
phase.
someone and you fall in love, you get married.
Yep, once.
Well,
Then you wait for that process.
and then say you meet another person, you're like, she's great. Then you marry that one.
Nope, that's not. No, it's not. Nope.
I like this guy's style.
All right, there it is.
But of course, I'm a misogynist, so.
That's right. They had a son named Francois Villain
Who?
Riker.
Which set?
Bessie, the second,
Bessie,
second one.
Okay.
But then Bessie found out that Riker had been married before and was still married.
Yeah.
So she went to the district attorney and filed bigamy charges.
Okay.
And then Riker fled to Canada.
Interesting.
By
Okay.
himself or with the first
He
wife?
just took off by himself.
Nice. Someone's getting married again.
Canadian single. Yeah, totally. I'm Canadian single, eh?
So he's in Canada. He starts touring again as Professor Riker, the mind reader. And
Quite a mind reader to not see the bigamy charges coming your way and be able to skedaddle a little sooner.
And in his spare time, he worked diligently to invent a new ideology, philosophy, and religion, which he then called, quote, the perfect Christian divine way.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Bert's intrigued. Bert's like, I'll sign up.
I'm trying to think. Okay, you be Bessie and I'm going to be Riker.
Okay.
Know that I'm a mind reader. Tell me you want a divorce.
All right. Riker?
I know what you're going to say.
Do I even need to tell you where I'm going?
Listen, she means nothing to me.
Bullshit. That's enough.
It's just such a silly joke.
Yeah, I know. And it's just ripe for that joke every time. Yeah. Look, she means nothing to me. She's packing her bags.
Wait.
You forgot your shoes.
Be a stranger. I'll be Riker. Ask me
Okay.
what I do for a living.
All right. You there, sir. What do you do for a living?
You are never going to believe this. Oh, my God. I'm just ready for him to start his island. Let's do this.
So his new religion and philosophy showed people how to get closer to God by practicing the following tenets: a separation of the sexes,
Okay.
abandoning alcohol. Just lost Bert.
Yeah, I think you lost a lot of people, honestly.
Being born again, total segregation of the races,
Jesus Christ.
and believing in white supremacy.
Well, that list got a little crazier as you went on, didn't it?
So,
You definitely figured out a way to give that an echelon.
so the classic, like Jesus kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah. Just do, I mean, yeah, honestly.
Dudes and ladies separate. You gotta really believe in Jesus. Also, white people are better than everybody.
Yeah. It's like a
Welcome to my
Texas,
religion.
it's a Texas bachelor party is what it is. That's the tenets of the religion. All you needed to say was you got to get hammered on a boat.
So he was there for 5 years, and he returned to the U.S. He was in Omaha touring, and he met and married a woman named Lucille Jensen.
Now, what's
don't
his-
know.
Okay, we don't know.
We have
so
no
potentially the
idea.
third.
We have no idea if he's married or divorced at this point.
I think he's still married because he just ran off to Canada.
Well, we assume he's divorced
Why?
because I think the women would divorce him and say abandonment.
Oh, maybe.
He dropped out of 4th grade. He doesn't seem like a guy who finishes a lot of things.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think he treated it like 4th grade. He
I mean,
just
yeah,
rolled.
4th grade. He's like, I think I'm done with this.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything more. And then he just leaves on.
You're under arrest for bigamy. Nah, I'm over it. I'm gonna get in that car I made.
So he went on tour spreading his message of the perfect Christian divine way. And when the tour was over, he had 11 disciples.
Well, he really limited his demographic. I mean, he was like, you've got to be a white, non-drinking man in this time.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, you're not.
Well,
gonna
you could
get-
be a woman. You just have to be. You just
Separated.
can't. Hang out together. Because then your parts might rub together, and you guys know how that goes. I mean, Bert does it to a little machine in his kitchen, but the rest of us.
or he works the cough angle. Yeah. Go to the spray wall.
Go to the spray wall.
So they all followed him to San Francisco.
Oh, it's a great place for guys who don't party and just want to be by themselves with whites.
William put his disciples up in a house on Hayes Street, which became the headquarters for the Divine Way. The commune grew, and local cobblers, printers, and general store owners were, quote, thriving and supporting Riker's quest for becoming the great emancipator.
So what? That's his goal, to be the great emancipator.
That's what he said, yeah.
Who's he emancipating?
I think white people.
Wow.
And they needed a lot of that in the 1800s.
Yeah. Finally, we're free.
Finally caught a break.
Yeah.
Cut us loose from all this pussy and alcohol and give it to the blacks.
Riker, you sure know what you're doing, friend. You ever think of spearfishing? You ever think about doing that? Might have been a better path.
So Riker demanded his disciples call him father, and his wife, he made them call her mother.
So, and his wife is allowed to be around.
Yeah. He's not separate from
No,
the sexes.
no, of course
he
not.
gets to mill
He's the
about.
chosen one.
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
Someone's got to fuck.
Yeah. Right. There you go. That's a great commandment.
Now, Now, to fund this whole deal, he made them, quote, free themselves of worldly concerns.
Oh, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about a time for them to be like, so can we have alcohol or no? Oh, that's how I free myself from my worldly concerns.
By the way, this sounds like any black guy's wet dream. Is give us all the booze and all the bitches, and the white guys are going to get the fuck out of here? Like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. That's what the reveal at the end will be with Riker.
Black guy's heard this. He's like, he really doesn't want to be around women and alcohol? Oh, okay.
Look at him looking at us from that window up there.
He seems happy.
It's like orphans looking at gruel.
Orphans looking at gruel. Oh, man. Have you ever seen an orphan look at gruel?
You're going to get to in the next few years.
Everyone's gonna die. So basically, he was saying free themselves of worldly concerns by donating all of their wealth and property to him.
To him. Okay,
Yeah.
right. So the deal for him, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good deal for him.
Especially rich members like Frida Schwartz, who sold her property and gave all the profits to Riker.
Okay.
In September of 1918, he filed the Articles of Incorporation for the Perfect Christian Divine Way.
Sure.
Got to incorporate.
Was the name taken or no?
No,
Amazing.
he got it.
The name was available.
What was it again?
The Perfect Christian Divine Way.
Wow, that seems like a popular one.
So he's now officially a business,
Yeah.
right? That year, a woman who lived on Hayes Street filed a complaint that the commune's nonstop buzzsaw was too loud.
Well,
I couldn't find anything else about that.
it's fine.
They just had a buzzsaw going
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Leave it! Leave it! That's part of our deal. Leave the buzzsaw on.
Well, no drinking, no fucking. Buildings bound to happen at some point.
So he had to go to a hearing, and at the hearing, the judge asked William, quote, "Isn't it your principle to do unto others as you would have them do unto you?"
Nope.
Right? Riker said, quote, "No, our faith is founded on this principle. Mind your own business."
Boom! I find you guilty, motherfucker. How's that? Riker's back, baby. Woo! Get me on your shoulders. Come on, like I won the Super Bowl.
Our religion is founded on mind your own business.
Mind your own business. All right.
Our 5 testaments are kick your fucking ass. God, I fucking love this guy
Keep
now.
the buzzsaw on.
Get your shit out of here. What the fuck are you looking at?
What kind of candy is that?
And no booze, no pussy, and no blacks.
By 1919, the Divine Way had a lot of money, and they bought 75 acres in the Santa Cruz Mountains,
Jesus.
10 miles south of Los Gatos. The land was undeveloped and surrounded by forests, and William had access to building material that had been left over from the 1906 earthquake. So they took it to the mountains and began constructing their own town.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
Riker called it Holy City.
Oh, good lord. Holy city.
Seems like the first try.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't question him. Like
Yeah.
He's the authority.
What do you guys think of Holy City? And everyone's like, I feel like
Unbel-
he didn't try very hard.
Unbelievable. We should pitch some
really-
other ones. I've got some really good ideas.
Is that one of? Are there other options?
No, that'll do it. I think it's pretty good, unless anyone wants to speak up, which would be backhanding God in the fucking face.
Good. It's great.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holy City.
Really rolls off the tongue there, Riker.
Ah, that's right, it does. This sign is perfect. We're going to get jackets made, too, and it's all we can wear. And if you take it off, it's a sin. Yep.
Are you gonna wear one?
I don't need to wear one. I get to bend the rules. I'm Riker, baby.
Riker, baby.
That's right, baby. Woo! Riker's back!
So the Divine Way's membership was now up to 30.
Yeah, all right, everybody, the movement grows! 30 people! Holy shit! And a holy city!
This guy has the same growth as my career in the 90s.
Yeah, man. like an egg Twitter account.
Can you imagine being an open micer with
All
the
right.
confidence of God?
I'm an open Riker, baby. All right. Woo! 30 people.
30 people, things are moving, 75 acres.
You know, a lot of them said you don't need 75 acres in a city for 30 people. I said, you don't know Holy City, Jack.
A lot of people said we could do this in one house, but I said, fuck it, 75 acres.
75 acres.
Most of the 30 were elderly.
Oh, that just adds such a horrible element to this. Excuse me, what did I agree to? Put your jacket on, Dan. Come on.
Did he say holy titty?
No. All right. There'll be no more questions. There'll be only sitting.
My name's Biden.
Oh, no. Oh, he's facing the tree. This moth
That's a bird.
demands freedom. That is a legal bird.
But even though they're elderly, Riker still put them to work. He had them build small, poorly built shacks to live in, and they had to live separate from their spouses.
That's 2 houses I gotta build?
Yes, that's right.
Wouldn't it? I promise I won't touch her. I just don't know if physically I can build
Quit
another.
fucking sitting around yapping and get a hammer, old man.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, my love.
Did he say what time bingo was?
No.
Bingo's when you're done building 19 houses.
Oh, well, I'm not close to bingo.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. What was considered elderly in the 1800s? Is it
15.
like 35? By the way, I'm definitely elderly in these.
Bunch of 43-year-old senior citizens.
I think it's the same. I think it's like 60s. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a very funny answer, but it's a
Nope.
real answer.
Not funny. Riker lived in a 2-story home that overlooked the land. His walls were covered with pictures of his wife, Marilyn Monroe, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Adolf Hitler.
What?
Hold on.
Mount
The Big
Rushmore?
Five!
What? Oh, my God.
All right, once again, I'm going to back up. What year is this?
This is every year.
And how old's Riker? He's out of high school, right?
This is
Well, now
every
we're-
year since 1900.
Well, now we're in the 1900s, so it's 1920, 1920-ish.
Well, Marilyn Monroe, what year was she alive?
50s.
Oh, God, that is weird. Why did it say Marilyn Monroe?
Marilyn Monroe,
Whoa,
Abraham
he is
Lincoln,
a mind reader.
Steve Jobs.
I see. Every 7 years, there'll be an itch. Over a storm drain, she'll protect herself.
Maybe that was later on it got put there, but that doesn't make sense. It's got to be wrong.
Well, Hitler, too, though.
Hitler's in the 30s.
Yeah.
So it might have been pictures that he put up over time.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
sort of like a Rolling Stone gathering weird moss.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the house is going to be around for a while.
Okay.
So William advertised Holy City as a religious place.
Yeah, I don't think you needed to do that. Now, by the way, it's religiously based. Oh, thank you.
But it was more focused on making money. He had his disciples build businesses that would attract tourists, like soda stands, art shops, gas station, and restaurants.
You mean all that stuff they have in the cities they live in?
But now they have him here.
Right.
Closer.
To
Him, Riker.
Right. It's not closer to.
Yeah, to Riker.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
And what are they building again?
A city.
Well, but what? They're building gas stations, did you
They
say?
did build a gas station, yeah.
So I just have a bunch of senior citizens build you a 76, no problem. Sure thing.
It sounds a lot like Cocoon.
Well, we're having a bit of trouble with the petrol station, Riker. None of us know what to do. How does that work at all? You know what I'm saying?
The car was just becoming popular, and a road was built from...
Thanks to this guy.
Yeah. A road was built from San Jose to Santa Cruz, and Holy City put a gas station and garage and a bank there.
Wow.
William distributed pamphlets advertising Holy City. From one quote, "The founders of Holy City are the wisest of all wise men." A $10,000 check.
Did someone grow up in Holy City?
Like,
You went to Holy City High back there?
yeah. Build me a high school. Wow, that was pain.
What was the name of their team mascot in Holy City?
Oh, God, the Angels.
A $10,000 challenge to the whole world who wishes to debate upon the subject of politics or religion and win the debate. Be sure and stop at the Holy City for good eats at city prices.
Sorry. The lure is first a debate on government where you can win $10,000, but also get a soda.
That's
At city prices.
At city price.
God forbid you get a deal because you're driving 75 miles out of the city. They're getting you city prices.
That's right, a city discount. 75 miles out.
Yeah.
We come do everything you could do down the street at
And we-
Holy City.
And we jacked up the prices like there's competition next door.
Holy City. Drive over the dead people who are constructing everything. Holy City.
William taught that, quote, the white man and the Jewish race were supreme, while the Negro and Orientals are inferior races.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to Holy City.
Yeah.
Where we don't have a basketball team.
Holy
math.
City. So he believes he eventually has a picture of Hitler on his wall, but
Yep.
believes that his people and the Jews are the chosen people.
Right.
It's a little contradictory, does it
No,
not?
well, yeah, the Jewish thing doesn't go along with Hitler much.
That's what I'm finding the rub to be.
Yeah.
That's where I'm noticing a rub.
Yeah, there's a
Little contradiction there.
well, but you can have heroes and not enjoy
Let's not
everything
keep-
they do.
No, that's a big component of him. That's big. It's the big one. That's the headline.
Did Hitler talk about that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, we should keep going.
I say we put a pin in this and come back to it.
I like that idea a lot, Bert.
Celibacy was mandatory, and disciples could not mingle with the opposite sex. But different rules for Riker. He then married a second woman named Lillian. Frida Schwartz.
Second woman, there's no Asians there. Second woman, the math works out.
Frida.
Is anyone getting that fucking joke? It's his fourth fucking wife.
Frida.
Jesus Christ.
No, not in Holy City.
Frida Schwartz, who was a mother of 8, was very pissed off when he married a second woman. She was also one of Holy City's biggest donors, and she made allegations that kicked off a federal investigation.
Oh, boy.
Frida.
Uh-oh.
The cult was indicted for obtaining money under false pretenses and conspiring to corrupt public morals. Frida's husband sued for $10,000, and then local media went into a frenzy. Contradictory stories appeared. One said Frida claimed her husband was given 2 wives and that their 8 children were taken from them to be raised in the cult. But Riker was able to do this by saying it was how the Schwartz family would get into heaven.
Wait. Frida is still married.
Frida's married to a guy, and then
She just bounced from the marriage
he takes
with the 8
Frida.
kids, goes to Riker.
No, they both go into the cult with
Oh,
the kids.
okay,
The whole
right.
family goes in.
Okay.
He separates them, and
Right, as
the
he's ought
kids
to
go off
do.
to be raised by the cult, which is the best way to raise them.
For sure, yeah. Let the animals raise them.
Yeah, there's
exactly.
Takes a village.
Yeah, exactly.
Takes a village.
Yeah, thank you.
By the way, I found the loophole in the Jewish thing.
What's that?
His biggest donor was Frida Schwartz. I
That's
guarantee
right.
he was like, I hate Chinese and blacks and hey, Frida, what's up?
Hey!
Hey, your check cleared. Just giving you a heads up. And
You
the
know,
Jews are okay. I
where's
mean, Hitler's
the-
got some other ideas about gypsies, but, you know,
I don't believe I've ever heard Hitler say anything like that, but I'll look it up again just to make sure.
So he gave Frida's husband a new
Jews?
wife.
Is that what he said? Right?
Sorry, Adolf Hitler? Write it down. I'm going to make sure we're spelling this the same way.
There's a lot of Hitler's a very popular name in Germany.
It's a Smith over there.
Schwartz.
So then she comes there, and then he
Splits up
marries
the husband and
her.
wife. He
Right.
gives the husband a new lady, so he's got 2 wives. It's a whole thing.
Sure.
So Riker was able to do this by saying it was how the Schwartz family would get into heaven. Frida, quote, I was not allowed to even mention my children's name again. If I did, they abused me. She also said Riker made all the women in Holy City have sex with them, and if they got pregnant, they had to have abortions.
Oh, that is such that's just classic cult leader. I mean, that really is just like the prototype.
Well,
Yeah.
it's also kind of hot.
Oh, David.
This is gonna sound very from left field right now.
No, I don't think. I think everyone's prepared.
I feel like there's a lot we could learn from a guy like Riker.
Okay, never mind. You're right. I don't think.
Confidence-wise, like
Yes.
I wish I had the confidence of a cult leader.
Bert, you just walked in from left field like shoeless Joe Jackson.
Is this heaven? It's Iowa.
Close enough.
So Alexander Schwartz said his children were constantly beaten and tied to trees in order to be stretched.
Jesus Christ, to be stretched?
I
How
could
short
not
were they?
figure out what the fuck that meant. But I think trying to make them bigger?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, he's probably like an Iron Maiden sort of stretching apparatus.
I saw it in the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Bobby was concerned with his height, and so he stretched every day, and it didn't help.
Oh.
I was
Can't
hoping
believe-
it was going to be a punishment that they passed down. Get in the Iron Maiden, Bobby. Alice, no!
So local authorities quickly removed 4 of the children, including Riker's son, from Holy City. But the oldest Schwartz kid said his parents were lying.
Uh-oh.
Without any of the Schwartz children, the kids wouldn't say anything. They said it wasn't true.
Right.
So without that physical evidence, the judge dismissed the case against William in 1923. So no one knows if the Schwartz claims were legitimate, but the 1920 census shows he was secretly paying rent for a house in San Francisco where he kept 7 women, including Frida, separate from their husbands.
Oh, my God.
You gotta have 7. There's 7 days in the week.
Ugh.
Oh wait, he was keeping them like as side.
No, I think they were cult members, so they were. I don't know if they were kept. They were just like living with him, and he was fucking them all.
Ugh.
No pictures. Just for reference, not like
No,
for.
I'm sorry.
Were there any
We
pictures,
don't have
Dave,
pictures
or
of the
no?
house.
I mean, Frida Schwartz doesn't sound sexy. I'm
Gonna-
sorry, it's the 1800s, and she's an old lady.
It's not the 1800s.
She got 8 fucking kids,
What year is it?
and her husband gave this guy Riker. Am I reading this story wrong?
Well, it's not the 1800s.
Yeah, we're
Right,
in
he
the
gave Riker
1900s.
20 grand. He's like, listen, I need some fucking distance from the old lady. That's what it sounds like. Am I hearing this wrong? I'm not the best listener.
No, that kind of sounds right.
Okay.
For those of you listening, that got air quoted.
I'm a horrible listener because my imagination goes off when I start listening. That's why I couldn't read Memoirs of a Geisha. Keep going.
That got weird.
By the way, anytime you want to come on this show and read us Memoirs of a Geisha,
Yeah.
it's an open door
Anytime.
policy.
By the way, I don't think you'd be shocked to hear this, but I am not a good out loud reader.
Well, Bert, the door just cracked open a little further. Oh my God, we can do an 8-parter.
I wrote a book and I had to read the audiobook, and it took me 25 hours to read it, and it's a 5-hour audiobook. I can't read out loud at all.
Oh my God.
Oh, you got to start recording audiobooks for
I
people.
thought you were gonna say you gotta start a foundation for people who can't read out loud.
Bert, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's shift to that gear. You know, Bert, that's amazing. And I think you should start a charity, and here's why.
Do you have a hard time reading out? Oh fuck! God damn it! Put it.
That's
Start
all right.
it at the
That's
beginning.
all right.
Start
That's
at the
all right.
beginning.
We'll go from the top. Here at Kreischer's Kids. Go ahead, Bert. Read what the man has on the card.
So even with the case drop, the Schwartz family hoped the negative press would hurt Holy City's tourism and leave it bankrupt. But the opposite happened.
Oh, boy.
Because of the trial, people were now curious, and tourists flocked to Holy City.
Of course.
Riker was part of the draw. He was always in a white suit and sometimes had his little dog beside him. He walked around the town shouting at tourists, quote, I offer 10,000 anybody who can find a flaw in my 100% arguments.
Wait, did you
Wow.
read that right?
Yes.
In
Wow.
my 100% arguments.
Yeah. In a white suit with a dog next to him.
Yeah. Tourists would not take him up on it and then would start avoiding him.
Yeah. What put them off?
No, wait. What like if you had to give everyone pick your 100% argument that your hill to die on, your 100% argument, I'll start. Quantum Leap is the best time travel TV show ever. I would die on that hill.
That's a really good one.
It's a fucking great goddamn show.
That's a great one. Ziggy, Al, I love yours.
Dude.
If I could quantum leap into a moment, I'd quantum leap into you so I could take yours. Mm-hmm. Are we all doing ours?
Wow.
Yeah. Talk about the leap home.
Ooh. Yeah. I went to an audition one time, and Donald Bellisario's office was there, and I just saw it, and I said, he created Quantum Leap. I go, is Mr. Bellisario in? He goes, he is, and his door's open in his office. I go, can I talk to him? He goes, do you have a meeting? And he stuck his head out, and I go, Mr. Bellisario, I love Quantum Leap. Thank you so much, and I just walked out.
Oh, my God.
I follow his daughter on Instagram. That's creepy.
This got really creepy. She's 9.
She is.
Okay.
I do not know how old she is.
Stop right there.
Bert, now's when you look into the camera and go, oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
So many tourists were coming to Holy City that was now bringing in $100,000 a year.
Wow.
With the new money, they built more restaurants, a comfort station, and an observatory. Riker had a new billboard put up at the entrance, quote, Holy City answers all questions and solves all problems. See if you are contemplating marriage, suicide, or crime. The big 3.
Wow. Jesus Christ. One billboard.
Yeah. Holy City kept building, and they now had a fully equipped garage, super service station, soda stands, an auditorium, a dance ballroom, a lecture hall, a motion picture studio, a notary public, a Holy City zoo, a grocery store, a general store,
It sounds like
a butcher shop, and more. It was a fully operational town.
It sounds like a child putting together a city.
Gotta have a notary public and a motion picture studio.
Yeah.
Motion
What
picture
movies
studio?
are they shooting?
Well, they never shot one.
Oh.
They built a radio station, KFQU. It had programs like a daily 30-minute Swiss yodeler.
Uh-huh. I mean, talk
Bro,
about...
that would still work. I'm telling you right now, if you're still working in that business called radio, if you put on a show where it was 30 minutes of one yodeler, not repeating his yodel once.
Oh, even if he repeats it, we're not going to know.
Yeah.
Yole, yole, yole.
Yeah.
You're listening to KFQW.
Yole, yole, yole.
The Yodel Hour.
That would fucking work. Do you realize how mesmerizing that would be just to be in traffic, just hearing a guy yodel? I might Google that tonight and see if I can find 30 minutes of straight yodeling.
I'm sure you can.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm sure some shitty comics done as a podcast.
Yeah. Yodelers aren't known for their editing. You'll be fine.
I want to hear a yodeler have an orgasm. Yole, yole, yole. Oh.
I mean, it works.
Gareth, what does it sound like if a yodeler takes his shit? Wait, do a yodeler sneezing? This is my impression of a yodeler ordering breakfast. Yole, yole, yole. Do you have pancakes?
Oh, my God.
The guy had some good ideas, is what we mean to say.
Yeah.
And then the other 24 hours of the day were just silence?
There's also town bands, announcements, and then in between, Riker rambled about his philosophy.
Man, you look forward to that yodel half hour. You're like, when's the yodeling come back on?
This is my impression of the yodeler in the office, seeing Riker walk down, realizing Riker's next. Yole, yo, fuck.
And the blacks. The Federal Radio Commission eventually shut it down for not operating in the public interest. But even though he was...
I mean, if the FCC is cracking down on a religious station,
Yeah.
you've got to be pretty abysmal.
The FCC shut them down?
What? Yeah.
I bet the yodeler was like, did he even hear me yodeling?
Yeah, we found out you were just saying fuck over and over again, Yosef, and we're not happy about it.
Yosef!
Even though he was building businesses and he still had not built a church.
Sure.
But Riker
You'll
kept
get
claiming...
to it after the mall.
Yeah. Riker kept claiming Holy City was a religious sanctuary, but locals didn't see it that way. One described it as nothing more than a, quote, white supremacist hangout attached to a roadside attraction. And sure enough, Riker soon put up another billboard, quote, our California belongs only to the white race. It must be purged of this deadly, polluting Oriental disease.
Oh, my God.
Hey, let's stop there.
A billboard. A billboard.
Yeah.
What are you thinking for the second one, Riker? I think we go bigger. Bolder. Something that gets the people talking.
In 1928, Evelyn Rosencrantz claimed Riker had lived with her for 2 months in Palm City and he had promised to marry her. She wanted to sue for breach of promise. He had been immediately attracted to her when he met her. A Holy City member, quote, she told him she had been forced to serve a term in prison for forgery to save her 21-year-old son, and Riker believed her. But she'd actually been put in San Quentin 3 times for cashing bad checks.
So we've abandoned the premise that he is a mind reader in any capacity, right? He's now just a shithead, right?
Yeah.
He is a liar. Okay.
Riker didn't care about her past. He gave her a copy of his Diamond Key book, which included the 10 Commandments for women living in the divine way.
A little bit revised.
Now, when she threatened to sue, Riker did everything he could to get the book back, but the media got a hold of it.
Oh, no. His shady 10 Commandments.
Evelyn next claimed Riker had promised to make her a star of a movie called The Perfect Woman, and after was going to fly her to Rome in a custom plane named Spirit of Love. So she's really fallen for just bullshit. Like, she's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he built a mall, so,
Yeah, right.
you're sort of like, he might have a plane.
And Holy City did have the movie studio.
Yeah, exactly.
Although it was never used and it was turned into a dorm.
Well, still, I mean, that happens all the time in Hollywood. It's a crazy town. I mean, Bert met a Belisario, so it's a crazy world.
Yeah, I have a production company. We don't even have an office.
Yeah, see? So it's the opposite. He's got the opposite issue. You throw Bert in Holy City, holy shit, you have a marriage.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Except I like Chinese food.
Well, that's
I'm going through a big Asian kick right now.
Sure.
Like food-wise, it's like they know my tongue.
Sure.
Oh, my God. Please never say that again to another human being. The lawsuit ended suddenly when Evelyn was sent to San Quentin jail for trying to cash another bad check.
Wow.
It was her 4th offense, so she was sentenced to life without parole.
Wow, he keeps lucking out. Wow.
For bad checks.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Now, Riker lost a lot of money fighting the lawsuit, so he demanded even more from his disciples. At this time, he also...
And the numbers are what now, like 38? 29?
I don't know what they are now.
He's
It's
hemorrhaging
going to get up there.
He's hemorrhaging them because they're all old as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
At this time, he also got super into Cadillacs. And
That's a phase you want to go through when you're financially unstable.
And
Your
he started-
Cadillac phase.
He started buying and collecting them. He quickly became known for driving recklessly around town and getting dozens of tickets in 1 year in Santa Cruz.
Okay, I was going to say in Holy City, he's going to be like, officer. Sorry, Riker. The rules are rules.
Come on, Jimmy, it's me!
I'm afraid not, Riker.
I'm going to fuck your wife.
Well, you already have, Riker, and that brings me to the citation. You're a real piece of shit, Riker. You and that little weird dog ears, aren't you? You dickhole. That'll be 5 spirit credits.
In 1928, in Santa Cruz, Riker ran over 2 pedestrians.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
By the way, mind you, he did not have a cell phone in his hand. He was just staring at the road and ran over them.
I mean, imagine. Oh, my God.
He broke both their legs, and they suffered internal injuries. He got a fine and tickets, and he paid it. That's it.
Yep, there you go. 4 bad checks, jail for life.
Running people
over with your Cadillac, build on fake religious money. Hey, slap on the wrist. On your way, white man.
He was pulled over in San Mateo for driving on the wrong side of the road while doing 40 miles an hour in a 20 zone.
To be fair, in heaven, that's the side we drive on.
He was fined $10. When he paid the ticket, the police said, quote, the King of Holy City launched into a fervent sermon on his religious teachings.
So he was just swearing.
Yeah.
It would be hilarious if he was like, "You want to hear irony? He hates Asians, but he drives like one."
Jesus.
The joke was meant for the 30s, assholes, not today.
Jesus.
God, open your fucking minds.
That is quite a switcheroo you just pulled there, Bert.
Yeah, I know. I saw myself in a hole and I went, "How do I get out?" Stand on their
Jesus.
shoulders.
I can't believe you won people over that quick. People were like, "Oh, it's fair. He didn't think he was in the 30s. He was just in the 1800s. He's like a quantum leaper up there."
Gatos Banker said Riker would drive up to the local bank in a Cadillac with his dog, and the dog would wait in the car, quote, while his master was doing his banking. Riker brought in all the cash and had yellow checks made up with a picture of Jesus in one corner. He would sit and talk, boring anyone within earshot with his ramblings and divine thoughts. When his dog got tired of waiting in the car, he would put his paw up on the horn and blast away. Why is that dog not leading the cult?
That dog.
Like, that's the guy.
Holy shit.
And then Riker would come out of the bank.
What?
Yes.
Fucking, apparently, Riker treated this dog better than he treated anyone else.
Yes.
So this dog had the balls to be like, "Wrap it up, fucking jackass."
By the way, if you work in that bank, from the second he comes in, you're just like, that dog better honk that guy.
Honk that horn, dog. Come on, dog. Honk the
Hey,
horn.
hey, Billy, run out the back, go over to the horn, honk it,
You
and
know, the
send it
thing
to
I
the dog.
never understood about free lollipops in the bank, I'll tell you another thing, and this is a bit religious too. Not to get all pious on you. You just put those checks over there, Deb. Ah, bummer. It's just getting warmed up with y'all. Well, my only friend Oh, Jesus, Doug's being a real dickhead. All right, well, I was going to wrap it up. I guess I'll, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Well, we got to put a pin in this.
Hey, Riker, get out of here now!
All right, I got to go.
Jesus.
You bad boy. You
What kind of
drive.
dog was it?
I don't know. I never found out.
It was a man in a suit.
Man in a suit. When the Great Depression hit, Holy City served over 42,000 meals to transients in exchange for an hour of work. Despite the times, Holy City thrived. Some visitors even likened it to a theme park. Quote, they were confronted with...
Come to Racersville.
They were confronted with signs, placards, loud music, and Riker himself preaching for his perfect philosophy to anyone who would listen. And even if they didn't listen, you could eat, drink, gas your car, and look at the penny peep shows, which offered temptations such as the crudely made legs of Queen Elizabeth of Egypt.
What?
Wait, hold on.
What loopholes? Loophole-y city is what
Mind
it
your
should be
fucking
called.
business.
But you don't get free gas there.
No, you don't get free gas.
No, but you get like
gas.
free. You get free. I mean, if you sit there and listen to this guy just ramble on, you get free food.
Yeah, you could eat.
Right.
Yeah.
But then in this town of piousness, they also have peep shows.
Penny peep shows.
Penny peep shows
Could
where
look
you
at-
would look at the legs of.
The Queen Elizabeth of Egypt.
Sure. Okay. Just wanted to make sure because a lot came at us there. So. Just
The
wanted to
famous
cycle-
Queen Elizabeth of Egypt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't,
no,
I'm
of
not,
course.
I'm not up on my history.
Well, I don't think. I don't believe.
That's not a... That never happened.
I'm a sarcophagus. Ooh. Ooh. Rip my brain out through my head once I've passed. Ooh. Ooh. Put me in a tomb for mummification. Ooh. Stuff my brain with spices and tea. And a couple of cubes of sugar on the side.
In 1929, the IRS declared Holy City no longer tax exempt as a religion because none of their profits were from donations. So Riker came up with a plan to get the tax exemptions back.
Okay.
He hired a carnival promoter.
Oh.
There you go. I like the angle.
God, I love this guy.
The carnival promoter thought Riker was out of his mind and went and told the San Francisco Examiner of his plan. The Examiner had two...
He thinks he's out of mind.
Yeah, I
I mean, if you
mean.
didn't like the Asian driving joke, you're not going to like this one.
Oh no.
This guy's out of his fucking mind. He's opening a theme park and he's not letting Asians in. How the fuck are we going to turn $1 here?
I also think that, like, for a carnival barker to be like, this guy's out of his mind. And what do you do? I guess wait and shepherd lions. And this guy, he's wackadoodle.
Oh.
So the San Francisco...
And that's how he walked into San Francisco. He was just like, hey. All right, that's it. Go ahead.
Yep. So the Examiner had two reporters pretend to be con men, and they set up a meeting with Riker in a hotel room, while in an adjoining room, a stenographer, a judge, and a physician listened in.
A physician? Medically speaking, why am I here? Does anyone know?
God damn it! I said magician, not a fuck.
Well,
Who brought the doctor?
I do a handkerchief gag, if I may.
In the room, Riker told the reporters he wanted to build a 17,000-person amphitheater, and he would market the amphitheater as a church, take donations from the audience, and get his tax exemption status back.
Mm-hmm.
There,
Do you guys hear typing next door? It's just me.
I swear to God,
not everyone got that joke.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Sounds like there's a stenographer, right.
Literally, listen, every time I pause, it stops. And then when I start again, she's doing it again. You hear that right there?
What?
I mean, I'm not saying it's a she for sure. I don't want to be that guy.
Sally sells seashell by the seashore. See how fast that went?
They must be on vacation. Anyway, she's not letting loose. What was I saying? 17,000 person amphitheater. That's the one.
So there he would set up elaborate smoke and mirror contraptions to perform magic, secretly hook audience members up to wires, and make them levitate. He was going to have...
Secretly hook them up to wires?
Yeah.
So drug them
Wow.
heavily. A miracle! She hath risen! Who knew? I'm merely a vehicle for these.
He was going to have Divine Way members fake disabilities and then heal them. He said, quote, "My people will do anything I tell them to do. To them, I am God." The undercover reporters asked him why he wanted to do this, and he said, quote, "There are three kinds of people, those with dough, the intelligent ones, and those without dough."
Wait, that seems like there should be more.
Yeah, it definitely feels like he meant 4 on his list and he had 3.
Well, he's saying you either have money or you're smart or you don't have money.
Yeah,
So shouldn't he say intelligent with money?
there's I think Bert's right. The list is cut off.
Look,
early.
there's 3 types of people. People who drive, people who eat Chinese food, and people who like dogs. That's it.
Oh, dear.
By the way, I'm just stupid enough to hear those lists of 3 people and not hear that and go, I wonder which one I am.
I got money.
Was that a compliment?
The reporters wanted to see how he would take it, so one lived in Holy City for a week, acting as a contractor, planning construction for the amphitheater. I think they sent another reporter.
Sure.
So the reporters then wrote articles, and they came out, and Riker denied it and said he knew about the reporters' deception all along.
Mm-hmm.
The amphitheater was never built, but Holy City saw another massive spike in tourism because of the articles.
Wow.
Guy
We
bounces
are
back
so
once
stupid.
again.
Yeah, we are just the stupidest people.
William decided to publish more pamphlets and now charge for them. From a pamphlet titled...
Can you imagine someone charging? I'd be like, you go fuck yourself forever. Charge me for a pamphlet.
This one's about fucking yourself forever.
How much?
It's $5.
Yeah. I'll take 5. That's a ripoff.
The final wisdom, it was called The Final Wisdom and Understanding for You. Quote, "Mortal woman is man's only legitimate enemy."
All right. Strong opener.
And mortal man is her only legitimate undeveloped child. In
What?
the end, in the end, when developed, both will be human beings at peace and not arguing men and women.
It feels like he has the poem magnets. And someone just put those together and he was like, that'll work.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's doing that clickbait before anyone else.
Yeah.
'Cause I read that and I go, mortal man is, and I go, oh, God, I got to read this fucking thing.
Yeah. It's a slide of 18. Just keep clicking the arrow. Every 3 will be an advertisement. Shh. Why did I do this shit?
See how much Precious lost. Have you done that one?
Oh,
I've done that
any of them
fucking
were,
times.
yeah, they're just like
Fucking every time it's started, I'm like, how good does she look?
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it,
18,
fuck Nolte.
you're like 17, like, the jaw. I already saw that picture. Fuck these things.
Okay, by 1930, Holy City had over 300 members living there.
Wow.
Wow.
Most were men.
Weird. Weird.
None,
Boner City. God.
none of them got pay, but they got room and board, and they had to do tasks to upkeep Holy City. Holy City continued to thrive through the early 30s. It avoided bad publicity. Only Riker's car accidents were an issue, but he somehow was never seriously injured and never killed anyone he hit.
By the way, I got to admit, I lived in something like Holy City in college. It was called a fraternity. We didn't get paid. We got yelled at. We couldn't fuck it up. This is starting to make sense to me. Our president was a fucking asshole. He had a dog. Oh. And two of my fraternity brothers fucked my girlfriend.
God, what a terrible fraternity.
No, it's just called Holy City.
The religion.
Oh, fuck.
In 1935, Riker wrote to President Roosevelt.
Oh, good. Finally. Contact.
He claimed that he could, quote, make kings and queens out of all sane-minded white people, and the country could be turned into a paradise on short notice. For some reason, Roosevelt never responded.
Yeah. Roosevelt turned to an aide and was like, invent the paper shredder.
Riker published a 22-page pamphlet called The Emancipator and demanded all disciples call him that.
These are shaking the pamphlet label.
Yeah, he's really... The pamphlet was about running for governor, which he then did.
Perfect.
He listed himself on the ballot as, quote, Caucasian, reactionary, very conservative, isolated, anti-Semite, Catholic.
Oh, so he's turned against the Jews now.
No, even though he wasn't Catholic and still liked Jewish people, he just thought it would be a good way to get votes.
Oh, yeah, it's smart marketing. It's just a smart marketing
I'm
move.
just feeling the room, man. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Branding.
It's the vote for someone else campaign.
That's right.
Yeah.
He lost the election in a landslide.
What?
No.
And then he found a new person to write to, Adolf Hitler.
Oh, my Lord.
Here we go.
Quite a turnaround when you get rebuffed by Roosevelt. You're like, you know what I'll do instead? Hitler. Dearest Adolf, I'm sure you hear this all the time.
Und Eva, I have a pen pal.
Hitler, come to bed.
No. Riker's writing me again.
Ah, you boys.
I don't think he really doesn't like Jews personally. The way what accent am I doing now?
I'm still astounded you know who Ava is.
Hey, Riker. I couldn't tell you her last name. Right now I went, is it Braun or Gardner?
It's Braun.
Braun.
Gardner! Remember when Hitler was dating Ava Gardner? Oh, my God.
Talk about a quantum leap.
You know Hitler had a dog.
Yeah.
It backfired on him because he went to go
love
pet
dogs.
it and the dog was like, because obviously he's Hitler and I'm sure he beat the fuck out of the dog.
Oh, my God. Now people are, oh, no, Hitler beats dogs. Really? It's fucking Hitler.
That's it.
Oh, my God, he beats dogs?
I don't like him one bit anymore. I hung in there as long as I could. But you put the fear of God in animals, you've made an enemy, mister.
Oh, God.
Fool me 16 times, shame on me.
He didn't like dogs.
That monster.
Now you've checked my box.
That's it.
Don't touch your face.
He's crying. He's got to.
Don't touch your face, man.
Oh, no, touch it all over and say we gave you the coronavirus. This show is so funny, I just got it.
So he starts writing to Adolf Hitler.
Oh, God.
William thought Hitler was a like-minded soul and referred to him as His Honor, His Excellency, and a second Martin Luther.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Second Martin. Oh,
Yeah.
different Martin Luther.
Yes, yes.
By the way,
A distinction must be made.
I heard that and I went, wait. And then I was like, he does time travel because he had all these pictures up there.
Yeah. Hitler's like, well, that one I don't see, but okay. Whatever you say.
In one letter, Riker wrote, quote, "Your opportunity is now ripe. When it is done, you will prove yourself to the greatest character that has ever lived since the time of Jesus Christ. You will not only succeed in whipping all enemies, but will cause yourself and millions of others to experience happiness far greater than words will explain." Now
My name's Riker,
actually,
and I'm a mind reader.
that actually was kind of the opposite of what happened.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Did
Hitler
reply?
never wrote back.
He never wrote back.
No.
See, then it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it was already sad, but then it's like really
Oh my
sad.
God, getting ghosted by Hitler.
Yeah, like writing fan letters to Adolf Hitler and then being like, he rebuffed me. Like, oh, so Hitler doesn't even find you interesting?
A few years later, during the war, some American soldiers visited Holy City, and William ran out to greet them. And then he asked them to abandon their fight against Hitler and allow him to take over Europe so America could focus on defeating, quote, the non-white Japanese military.
Also, if you guys want a movie, we have a movie house. If you're worried what you're going to do after you've abandoned your mission.
Do you like to fuck elderly? He handed them pamphlets which he wanted them to distribute at a Moffett Field, which is the base, and said, quote, "Hitler had adopted some of my ideas."
Yeah. Yeah, he's not the kind of right back friend, but he's definitely the adopt your policies because he read your shit for sure kind of friend. I'm not crazy. We drive on the left side here, by the way. I'm the only one who drives.
He's like, I had a joke about doggy style with my wife, and then Hitler put out a meme the next day.
And I am 100% that he aggregated that from me. It's 100%.
The soldiers did not take the pamphlets and hand them out, but instead went and told the FBI, who charged William Riker with sedition. At the beginning...
You mean he drugged them and...
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to be sedated.
Sure, yeah.
I want to be
It's like the
sedated.
song. Yep, 100%.
At the beginning of the trial, Riker was not happy with his lawyer, and he fired him. He hired an up-and-coming young lawyer named Melvin Belli. Belli's defense tactic was to downplay Riker's influence and intelligence. He repeatedly, during the trial, called Riker a crackpot.
Oh, and that is so perfect because for Riker, a man purely fueled by ego,
Yes.
to have to sit there and constantly have him disparage him, and he's paying him. He's like, yeah. I mean, look at this idiot. This idiot doesn't know anything. Look at him looking at me right now, grinding his teeth like a dumbass. Look at this stupid shit.
Riker!
I wish he was smart enough to pull off some of these things, but unfortunately, my client is just far too stupid. You dumb shit. Rest your honor. Let me tell my client, I'm done asking questions now. This fucking idiot. Woo!
Belli said, quote, "His efforts were pitiful and pathetic, but they were not seditious." And it worked. He was not convicted.
Wow, this dude.
Wow.
Witnesses said he left, quote, "the courtroom with a small American flag in his pocket and climbed into his red, white, and blue sedan and drove away."
Where he hit 9 reporters on the way out.
But Riker was not happy, even though he was acquitted. He resented Belli, calling him a crackpot repeatedly.
Yep. See? He's like, that son of a bitch.
So when Belli asked Riker to pay his $5,000 bill, Riker said, quote, "My son, I shall reward you with a seat in my kingdom of heaven, and that is far more emolument, I don't know, than a paltry $5,000.
So
Belli then sued Riker and easily won.
he gave him the Caddyshack Bill Murray Dalai
I
Lama
was
speech.
just fucking thinking
Right?
that. on my deathbed.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to get complete and total consciousness.
Should I get that going for me?
Gunga, gunga, unga, gunga, balunga.
But so that is this movie. He's like, I'm not going to give you any earthly money, but when I'm in heaven, you can hang out in the kingdom. Okay?
Basically.
Crackpot who?
40 virgins.
Yeah, the whole 9. You're going to love it.
Got quiet.
Hummus, pita.
Sorry. He's now started to really hemorrhage members from Holy City. A big part of this was because of his behavior. There were now 75 men and 4 women.
Oh, those poor women were like, all right, don't break the circle. Back to back. Hold your knives out. We're going to get the fuck out of here, girls. Keep moving. Nobody take your eyes off him as the guy's like, There we go. All right, rotate. Shh, 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 shh.
I have a horrible misogynist joke in my head.
Don't say it.
No.
Don't say it, Bert.
I would honestly watch a special of Bert telling himself jokes in his head and reacting.
Yeah.
Do you realize how many bad jokes I've dropped, but how many I've edited fucking out? Riker would love the jokes going on in my head.
He's with all of us, Bert.
In 1940, construction of Highway 17 was finished. It went from Santa Cruz to Los Gatos, and it completely bypassed Holy City entirely.
Oh, no.
Holy City's tourism profits plummeted. Then America began rationing gas for the war.
Oh.
That was Holy City's second source of income, and Holy City was now not turning a profit, but instead blowing through money. To try and reignite interest in Holy City, Riker started touring and preaching again. But everyone was more concerned about World War II than the speeches of a white supremacist.
Well,
You can always catch that on the side, you know what I mean? That's always popular.
They were a little focused on it still, just not Rikers.
One day, Riker came into the Holy City bar and saw a bottle of scotch labeled black and white. The bartender said he exploded.
Separate that label! Separate that label, boy!
Well, the bartender said Riker exploded into a rage and demanded the bartender turn it around so no one could see the colors mingling.
Oh my... Seriously? In my head.
Well, it's a
That did not
perfect
match
storm
up with
for
reality,
him
yeah.
because it's alcohol and
Yeah, they have a bar? What sort of tenements there left?
I don't know.
No drinking. Coming down to the saloon. No fucking. We got a peep show.
Riker began to grow paranoid that unspecified enemy planes were going to drop bombs on Holy City. So
we're finally we've arrived.
yeah. So he had some disciples build emergency ladders on the sides of all the buildings.
Yeah, that helps with bombs. Get closer to the bombs. Hurry, they're coming.
hold
Get on
on.
the roofs.
Hang on. I was kind of listening. He had them paint ladders on
Build,
the
not paint.
It's so much better the way I heard it.
Honestly, what you're
So-
pitching makes more sense.
Paint ladders.
He's pitching a Wile E. Coyote
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah.
All right, here's what you do. Draw a cliff and we'll walk over it. As long as nobody looks down and learns about gravity, we're going to be fine.
Oh.
Paint ladders.
The disciples were now also on edge. According to a paper, quote, fatally bludgeoned with an iron bar during an argument over how emergency fire ladders were to be constructed on Holy City buildings was Joseph Witzig, 58, a carpenter. He died shortly after being clubbed by I.B. Fisher, 60, who also seriously injured Arthur Katzner, 62, before running away into the mountains.
What senior warfare? 62 hammer murdering.
Yeah.
And then off to
Jesus.
the mountains for what would I assume would be a death that evening. you can't be running to the hills in your 60s. Oh, shit. My meds.
Well, he ended up turning himself into authorities and got 5 years in San Quentin.
The sentencing used to just be so bananas.
Well, you killed a guy, so...
With a hammer.
Fine.
You killed a guy with a hammer. 5 years.
But
He gets to San Quentin and he goes, well, at least there's no alcohol or women, but oh, fuck. I'm fucked on the other ones.
He was warned to never return to Holy City again, which he did. In 1942, Riker ran again for governor and lost again by a landslide. And he would run again in 1946. The San Francisco Chronicle quote, Riker's platform, as indicated by his paid ads, stresses racial issues. He wants to protect the white race from all others.
Yeah, you just don't say it out loud anymore.
Well, we do now.
Yeah, no, that's the key to a politician. You don't put it in an ad. It's behind closed door talk.
Wait till this year finishes and then say that.
You wait till this year finishes.
You fucking wait till this year finishes.
Bert, hold my mic. I'm gonna hammer beat Dave like I'm 62 and got a date with the woods.
In December of 1947, an officer in Nice went to a bar in San Jose. He found a trail of blood leading all the way to a nearby shanty house.
That really happened?
He knocked on the door, and William's son, Francois, entered. Francois had a broken ankle, head, and chest wounds, bruising all over his body, and cuts on his face. Francois said he had left the Divine Way years ago, but some members found him and tried to convince him to return. He declined, so they brutally beat him.
Oh,
Francois is Bessie's son.
He's right. He's right. Yeah.
I was listening. By the way, I'm pretty drunk right now.
When Nice asked him to identify the assailants, Francois declined, quote, he would have killed me if I did. He didn't want the police involved.
It's the fucking 4 60-year-old white guys covered in blood. Who the fuck do you think it is?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this gang of 60-year-olds. That's right. We got irons and hammers and wrenches. We're not fucking around.
No one ever taught us golf.
That's right. We'll meet at dusk.
I go to sleep at dusk.
All right, we'll meet a little before dusk for Andy. Andy, what time would work?
I made a boom boom.
I think we gotta cut Andy out of the mission.
Andy's a liability.
He's cutting into the diaper budget way too much.
Do you guys want to lay down on the grass?
Oh, give me the hammer. Close your eyes, Andy. You're gonna make boom boom forever now, pal.
I like to close my eyes.
You're gonna love the next phase then, brother.
Some tourists recalled that in the early years of Holy City, Riker would often tell visitors and his disciples, quote, I had a son, but thank God I got rid of him.
It's Francois.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But days after the attack, Francois changed his mind, and he identified cult member Jack Comerton, who was charged with assault and jailed. And then Francois disappeared. By the late 40s, Holy City was barely functioning. From the San Francisco Chronicle, 1948, the only establishment in town which still looks prosperous is and well-kept.
Preposterous also works.
Preposterous. Prosperous and well-kept is Riker's home, which stands on a knoll at the head of the main and only street. Riker took care of Riker. A mere 20 of the original 200 converts remain in the colony, and most of these totter vacant-eyed. One of these, Riker found waiting for him outside his house one morning not so long ago. He was hanging dead from a tree which stands at his doorway. So morale's low.
So 19 are left.
Morale is low. He did it right in front of his front door.
You know.
No note. This is what I think.
I wonder if there's some sort of meaning behind this.
And you know how old white guys get? They go, it used to be better when I was a kid. You know that's all they did every fucking night, sober as fuck. 20 years ago, this place was fucking slamming.
It's just, yeah. No gas, hard-ons the whole year.
What do you think Ada Schwartz is doing now?
Oh, man.
Frida, I mean.
Whatever. Either one.
Frida sucked his dick. Frida, never mind.
On July 4th, 1950, Lucille Riker had a stroke and fell into a 9-day coma and died at the age of 76.
Who did?
His first wife.
Fuck, she's still around?
Well, the first one he married after he came back from Canada. So
Oh,
the third
okay.
wife.
Third.
Yeah.
Cumulative, right.
He has 4. So by the mid-50s, with his wife dead and Hitler dead, William had no one to write to.
Boy, you got another wife, and your list of a wife and Hitler has left you nobody to talk to. That's
Yeah.
how you know you're pretty low on friends.
So he started sending letters to different U.S.
Whoever the next person to get this is not good. He's on the rebound from being a pen pal.
Oh.
This
He
is going to be a
started
purge.
writing letters to different U.S. government officials and to the Kremlin,
Jesus.
specifically to Georgy Melenkov, Stalin's successor. Quote, decided to write you an interest letter.
These,
Way too casual.
I mean, to the
Yo,
Kremlin.
bro, what's up?
To the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Decided to write you an interest letter.
Will you check this box if you want to write back?
Besides sending you a couple of copies of special letters that I wrote and sent to our president, and also copy a letter sent to the Chief Justice, I believe that you will enjoy reading them.
Here are letters that other people didn't want to read that were to them and about them. Maybe you can read them. Is this a weird way to start a friendship?
These same kind of copies also have been sent to many other big officials that sit in the saddle throughout the world. In the letter, Riker wrote about his 4 steps to becoming progressive and beautiful in thought and spirit. The first 3 steps were vague comments about government striving to reach perfection, but the 4th is the most detailed. Quote, bring or to cause all of the different nationalities of the great genteel white race of people throughout this world to be and to come under one all-new white race man, beautiful flag. That is sure to cause a 100% honey-making situation and...
Honey making?
Wait, these are his words or your words?
No, these are his words.
This is a... Hold on one second. I might have my new favorite thing to say. Who's up for a honey-making situation? That is fucking brilliant. Just when I think I can't listen to anything this guy says, he says something golden like that.
I know. I just feel so sorry for your wife.
She'll be in the middle of a honey-making situation tonight. Honey-making situation. Motherfucker.
A 100% honey-making situation.
Oh my God! How did I miss that? I will be using that a lot. A 100% honey-making situation. Oh shit! That's a pimp talk right there. All right, bitches, who's up for a 100% honey-making situation? Fuck! How did the Kremlin not? I bet it was in translation. They didn't get it. They're like, he wants to buy bees? What?
Yes, he's saying if bees to protect their queen, it's probable.
Stalin? By the way, how do I not do a Russian accent?
I don't know.
It always sounds like
you
Dracula.
got a new catchphrase. You got a new catchphrase. Don't be so hard on yourself.
All right, so
100% honey-making
that is
situation.
sure to cause a 100% honey-making situation.
Can I please, right now, can I say this on the podcast? I am going to make T-shirts that say 100% honey-making situation.
Oh, that's great.
That is the 100% honey-making situation. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. By the way, is that fucking weird that this lunatic connects with me?
No.
He's checked a couple boxes for you, Bert.
I want to read one of his pamphlets now.
After the fact, you're like, this guy's pretty good.
That is sure to cause a 100% honey-making situation and condition to come and be in this entire world that is also symbolic to a honey-making beehive with its all-inspiring and life-giving queen bee that rules in her honey-making hive. He finished respectfully...
he overkilled it.
Yeah. Respectfully submitted, Father W.E. Riker.
He could have made that letter so much better if he was like, yo, are you into a 100% honey-making situation? Hit me up.
Riker.
Riker.
In 1956, Riker found a new business partner, Maurice Klein, a music director from Hollywood. Riker called Klein the, quote, new Jewish Messiah.
Boy, what a complex relationship with the Jews he's had, huh?
He sold Klein half the ownership of Holy City, and Riker broke his hip in a car accident while he was healing in a rest home. A fire broke out in Holy City's largest hall and burned it to the ground. A lot of Williams' writings were lost.
Oh, no.
Oh, fucking
Stalin
shit.
had them all, don't worry.
In 1957, Riker sold the other half of Holy City to Klein on the condition that no one preached within its borders. Riker was worried Klein was going to take his disciples from him, so he sent 6 of them to meet Klein. This did not go well. Membered Winifred Allington, quote, after hearing Klein, new owner of Holy City, outline and express his hopes for the future, Mrs. Allington declared, we all are well satisfied with the charge and feel that at last we are on the main track. We have been on detour long enough. So they all were like, this guy.
Way better.
They bailed.
We'll do it.
But a few months
Wait,
later.
the Klein?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
all went over to Klein.
Okay.
Real
Real
Jewish
easily,
Messiah.
too.
What?
Yeah.
The Jewish Messiah.
Yes, the Jewish Messiah.
Spill and groove mixed.
That's right. 100% honey making situation.
Oh,
But a few months later, Riker regretted selling and went to the Santa Clara Superior Court to get his property back.
Oh, my God.
The legal fight went on for 2 years. The state of California ruled that Maurice Klein was the sole owner of Holy City. Klein started tearing down buildings and remodeling them, only keeping the original restaurant. But nothing was bringing back the tourists. Soon the town was unincorporated. Another fire broke out. Another building was destroyed. San Francisco Chronicle quote, Jim Edmondson, who runs the garage at Holy City, reported that he received an anonymous call Thursday from a caller who had already caused about $2,500 in damage to the garage in another building. It was the second major fire in 3 months. Maurice Klein reported that he received threats by mail and telephone that the community would be burned. So
Who's behind it?
Riker's burning buildings and threatening.
Right. He's just slowly burning Holy City down by himself.
with a broken hip.
Yeah, with a broken hip.
Just
In
hobbling through the
identifiable-
woods.
Yeah, identifiable Cadillacs that he's just turning the lights off like a mile from the property.
And
And
I
then-
stood up for you Jews against Hitler.
In 1966, William Riker was now in his 90s and confined to a wheelchair.
I'll still get him.
90 years old.
Yeah, he only had a few disciples left.
Racists have the longest lifespans.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like, they always live to their 90s.
Yeah, it just keeps him going. Just
Fucking
rage.
90.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shot.
This is before blood pressure medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's an anomaly. Yeah.
Didn't have Alzheimer's. Didn't have cancer. Didn't fucking 90.
90. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
there is a God. It's like, maybe, what if he was right? The God's like, you're the only one who got it. Everyone else was crazy.
Well, he's in his 90s, not just 90. So he shocked all his disciples that were left when he suddenly converted to Catholicism.
I'm Catholic.
Oh.
I'm Catholic now. Go home. Nah, I was wrong. Go home.
Holy fuck.
The register.
That's the name of the new city.
By the way, this story only ends perfect if he lives to be 100.
Well, Dave.
The Register on July 29, 1966, quote, William E. Riker, founder of Holy City, a cultist retreat off Highway 17 south of Los Gatos, yesterday was conditionally baptized as a Catholic. Riker, who is 94, used to call himself the wisest man on earth and the leader of the way. He said it was becoming a Catholic. I was intelligently converted. I've been living a celibate life for 10 years.
I can't imagine.
It's a weird thing to
At
tell a
ni-
paper.
Yeah, and also at 94 being like, now I know. And with the agita you must have dunking a 94-year-old into water. You got to be like, we got to get him up right away, okay? It's like 1, 2, 3, go up, right?
The two witnesses at his conversion ceremony were his first two disciples, I.B. Fisher, the murderer, and Stephen Ransom.
What year is this?
Really hanging in there.
This is 1966.
Holy shit.
Riker made his final billboard. Quote,
Fuck everything.
where am I? Biden. Biden 2020. Where am I?
I wish I knew more about politics.
Honestly, don't.
No, it's not great. So it's found in a Billboard, quote, Noah announced the flood and the Messiah is now announcing the plague to sweep the earth. Noah got the animals together in their proper place after the plague.
So
Great billboard, man.
Fucking how
I
many
kind of
times-
wish you went back to your old racist ones. I got to be honest.
So so does someone have to build the human ark?
I don't know. Maybe.
Nobody knows. Everybody's just left with that puzzling feeling of like, what was he saying?
Speaking
Is this
of
a
ark,
Banksy?
Speaking of Ark, when does this story get to Riker's Island?
That's where we were. That's where we've been living.
This whole fucking time, I was like, how
get
did
it.
he start this island?
I get it. Just hold out. William Riker died from a heart attack on December 3rd, 1969 at 96 years old.
So close.
So close to the fucking perfect sentence.
Yeah, he had been sent to a state hospital 4 months prior, quote, because of his extreme age and inability to get along with anyone in private rest homes.
That tracks.
He had 3 disciples left.
Who are these people? Now, get up, go away, leave me alone. He has spoken. His mashed potatoes got too much skin in them. Oh, we must fix his potato dish. He is the chosen one. No, I'm not. I was lying.
I'm a Catholic now. Jesus Christ.
We're all Catholic with you, sir. Riker, we will follow you anywhere.
God, get the fuck away from me.
Get away from him, but not too far because we're still his disciples. He's the chosen one. We're lucky to be around a guy like that.
I bet it feels so good to be a disciple. To just have
pretty
no
freeing.
doubt and just be like, nah, that's my dude. Ride or fucking die.
Yeah.
Oh. Why won't someone start a cult now? I'm in.
Oh, Bert, they're out there. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
you'll get one. Yours is coming.
Hey, hit me up at romeohorsecock@gmail.com if you've got a cult and you need, like, some press. I am fucking buzzed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like your cult. You could start your own. You don't need someone to initiate a group. You can start.
I lack the confidence.
You've got to get my pamphlet.
A lot of
My
times they'll be like,
pamphlet-
you guys showed up again today? God, I can't believe it.
Look, people are begging for
Begging for it.
it. Do
Begging.
it. This is not. Most people have to start with nothing. They start a cult with nothing.
Wait, I wouldn't want to have sex with other people's wives. I just want to run bits by them. No, seriously,
I
he puts
think,
us in a room
honestly-
and just runs new bits by us.
I
By
think
the end of
they-
the week, they'll be like, "Do you just want to fuck my wife?" Would that be easier?
Francois was not listed in his obituary. Ownership of Holy City switched hands various times over the years, but no one developed it. It became more and more of a ghost town. As of 2015, only one building remained in Holy City, a glass art shop with a sign that reads Holy City Art Glass, Holy City, California. In 2016, Robert and Patricia Duggan bought the land for $6 million, half the asking price. Since Patricia Duggan is an artist, Robert Duggan is an entrepreneur in surgical robotics, Ethernet innovations, and biotech. He recently made $3.5 billion after selling an oncology drug to the pharmaceutical research and development company AbbVie. As of 2013, after a shocking $20 million donation, Robert Duggan is the largest financial supporter of the Church of Scientology.
Oh.
Wait a second, David. Are they building the human ark?
I don't know.
Are you
man.
talking about a squeakquel? What? Dave?
I don't know, baby. What?
What? That's crazy. That's not an ending.
That's an
That's
ending.
a beginning.
No, that was the end.
This is like the Harry Potter movies where they just bleed into each other.
It's a prequel.
What? Was that not what you guys were hoping for?
I would know. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be like, and there's still gonna be a holy city.
And it just is gonna get weirder.
100% honey making situation.
Oh.
Well, shit. Thank you guys so much for
Wait,
coming
nope.
out. Oh, wait.
Research was by Sharon Sajapur, and I did the wrong one. I did the wrong one. Sources: Richard Beale, Highway 17, the road to Santa Cruz. Leona Claire Fuller, Holy City, California, my father's final quest.
Whoa.
Betty Lewis, Holy City, Rikers, roadside attraction in the Santa Cruz Mountains, a nostalgic history. And John V. Young, Ghost Towns of the Santa Cruz Mountains.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
how about that?
Now.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Boy on Netflix, March 17th. Birdie Boy World Tour.
Give it up for Bert Kreischer. Thank you
Thank you,
guys
everybody.
so much for coming
Thank you,
out.
guys. Thank you for
of
having
course.
me.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.